friends, my name is Jen from Monroe Streets Art Center, and today we're going to do a really fun art project that I have called Bugs on a Birch Tree, because we're going to make bugs and they're going to be on a birch tree. Huh? Really creative, right? I know. So if you guys don't know what a birch tree is, those are really beautiful trees that you see out in the forest, and they're white. The tree bark is white. If you don't know what a birch tree looks like, you should go Google it really quick. You should pause this video and go look up what a birch tree looks like, because they're awesome. And then we're going to make some bugs to go on top of the birch tree. And you can do any bug that you want. Today I'm going to do beetles, because I think beetles are cool looking. I mean, I don't want to see one in real life, but I think they're really cool in pictures. You could do ladybugs, which actually ladybugs are a beetle. I don't know if you knew that. You could do butterflies, you could do ants, you could do spiders, I guess, if you wanted to do a spider, even though they're kind of gross. But you could do whatever you want to. So let's get started. Okay, so our first step is that we need to make our birch trees. So you can trace them if you want, you don't have to. I'm not going to, I'm just going to freehand this. So you need a small brush like this one. You don't want a big brush for this. And then you want some black paint, and you want some white paper. This is construction paper. You could probably use drawing paper, mixed media paper, watercolor paper. Those would all work. So we're going to dip and make sure you get a good amount of paint on your brush. And I'm just going to draw a line. And I'm going to draw the other side of the tree. So now I know what one of my trees is going to look like, but the thing is, for this project you need a lot of paint on each side. So I'm going to go through with my paint, and I'm just going to trace over a lot of paint. Just like this. And since these are trees, they're not supposed to be perfectly straight. They're not supposed to be perfect lines. Okay, and that's your tree. Make sure there's lots of paint on the sides of your tree. I kind of actually like to make it look a little crooked. Makes it look more natural to me. All right, so we're done with that. Now, somewhere in your house, you need to find something that is kind of sturdy. So I'm using cardboard, which is actually I cut out from the box of some peanut butter chocolate chip granola bars. So something that is stiff, something that can take a little bit of work. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the edge of our granola bar cardboard, or whatever you found, put it in the wet paint, and just kind of slide it over a little bit. Slide it over. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Slide it over. Slide it over. And there's your birch tree. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so let's make another one. You can make this long ways. You can make this sideways. You can make it however you want. I'm going to make another one, and this is not going to be as straight up and down as the other one. It's going to be a little bit crooked like this. Make sure you get lots of paint. Otherwise, when we swipe it with our cardboard, it's not going to work very well. Okay. Got my trusty cardboard here. And you could do a little bit like that. You could do a lot. Other side. And there's our second birch tree. And you guys make as many birch trees as you want. You can make them thick. How about this one's really thick? You can make this really, like a really long picture. You can make it nice and short like mine. Whatever you want. Make your birch trees do whatever you want them to do. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Other side, swipe, 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 swipe. I think I need one more over here. I think I need one more little one over here. Like one little skinny one that maybe lives behind this tree. Because they're crooked. Maybe it goes up over here. What do you think? Maybe? We need to make sure that our paint is nice and thick. Okay. Swipe, swipe, swipe. It's even funner if you say swipe as you do it. I think that looks good. I think we're ready. So now we're just going to set this over here to dry for a few minutes. And while that's drying, we're going to make our bugs. So again, you guys can make whatever kind of bugs that you want. I'm going to make a beetle. So let's see. I'm going to make a pretty big size beetle. Beetles are cool too because they have these wings that are like half circles, like this. Right? And then he needs a head. And he needs a body. He definitely needs some antlers. Maybe some spots, but we'll add those whenever we do our colors. And this guy is another beetle. See, just two half circles with his head and his antlers and his little body. Maybe one more. Maybe we'll make a little baby one. This is like the little baby that's just learning. And you can add polka dots, you can add kinds of stuff. All right, so to color these, this is kind of up to you. You guys can use markers, you can use crayons, you can use pencils. What I'm using today is I'm using oil pastels, which are called crayons also, but you can use whatever you want. The reason I like oil pastels is because they're really bright, super bright. And I think that against our white paper, it's gonna look amazing. And I've seen some beetles that are pretty bright colors too. And the other cool thing about crayons or oil pastels is that you can kind of blend the colors. So I'm gonna put a little bit of green in here. Have you ever seen an iridescent beetle before, where they're kind of shiny? That's kind of what I want this guy to do. So he's gonna be blue and green. Let's make the baby a little bit orange. This is like a dark orange. Maybe a little bit of lighter orange in there. That's kind of fun. And let's make this last guy, how about he's green? I'm just coloring in what I traced. What goes good with green? Let's try some dark yellow. Ooh, that's pretty. So then for his body, I think I'm going to do a dark brown. Could definitely do any color that you want. And maybe some black for his antennas. Maybe he has some polka dots. If you're doing ladybugs, you definitely should do polka dots. You could even do stripes. That's kind of fun. I like the stripes. These are your bugs. You do whatever you want with the bugs. And you're gonna need to get your scissors. And of course, we need to cut out our bugs. So there's one bug. Could have given them names if we wanted to give them names. That's kind of fun. Okay, and then just cut out your bugs. I think that if you did oil pastels with butterflies, that would look amazing. You could make as many bugs as you want. You could have your tree totally covered with bugs. And the great thing about this is if you, like I did, you colored outside the lines by accident, you can just cut it off. Our second bug. Now let's do the baby bug, which might be kind of hard. Okay, all right. Our last step is to but to glue down our bugs onto our trees. There's a little green guy. Maybe the blue striped guy lives right here. And I like to leave the antennas and the edges of the wings up. Kind of looks like they're flying. Almost looks three-dimensional. That's kind of fun. And there's the baby bug. And that's it. That's our masterpiece. Isn't it beautiful? I hope you guys make this at home. I hope you have fun. I hope you make all kinds of beautiful bugs that come from your imagination. And I hope you guys have a great day.